Alright guys, the countdown is over. Time to start. Good evening and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. And before I go any further, let me remind everybody about the holidays. The the 10th is Friday, that's when the Ganesh festival begins. But that doesn't matter because anyway we don't have the streaming on Fridays. Saturday, that's 11th, okay, and 14th. Those are the days when we are not going to have the streaming. Got to enjoy your holidays. It's a great time to welcome everybody. So we have our moderators here. Ritesh says good evening, sir, and all. I think Jay is here as well. And Ayush is here, our very own Ant-Man. Rayansh is here, says good evening, sir. Raj is here, says good evening, sir. Arya Mahakar, I think, is here. Today we are going to do tactics with mixed motifs. Okay, so all in one kind of mixed bag. Okay, and Hitesh is saying 10, 11, 12, but okay, again, no need to mention the 10th because it's Friday and anyway we don't have the street. So 11th and 14th are the actual days of holiday. Dishen is also here. Well, Dishen, welcome. Dishen is doing well in the tournaments. Great to know. And our target for today, because it's a mixed bag, is 50 positions. And today, of course, Aryan has also joined us. Aryan, great time to join because I was just about to say that you can take the responsibility of telling us where we are about our speed after half an hour. So let's say by 6:30. So 50 positions it is. That's our target. 50 positions. 50 out of 50, 90% target accuracy because it's mixed bag. And so Aryan will let us know after 6:30 whether we are going too slow, too fast, whether we are on track, and count the number of tick marks. Always remember, count the number of tick marks. Those who always get confused about some positions, the computer does ask sometimes, asks us repeated positions. Count the number of tick marks. Done. I think now it's great time to start with the first position. It's black to play. Make sure that you type your score very honestly. You have to count the number of tick marks. I think this one is pretty easy. We are going to take the rook, the queen will block, and then queen takes rook will be checkmate. We are not in check. Oh, the king moved here. So there is some variation. We can now forcibly get this move in because we have the bishop support. Or do you want me to give this check and then here and then maybe mate with the mate with the knight? Is that possible? Now, first position is done. About half done, yeah. Guys, if I give this check, this king h3, what are you going to do? So is this check good? Then there is, well, there still would be king h3 anyway. That's right. What's up? Do we... I think we are a piece up here already. Two minor pieces. No. No, 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 no. Make no mistake. You're not a piece up here or something like that. Queen e1. Queen takes e1 check. What? Queen takes e1 check. Queen g4 is checkmate. Queen g4. Queen g4. Queen g4 is checkmate. What is Rayan's typing? Nobody's typing the continuation. What after queen f2 check king h3? And how do you go to g4 from there? We don't go to g4 from there. Guys, what's up? So I guess this is something where you have to spend some time. Right in the first position, queen g1 check and still queen g... Oh, then queen g4 mate. But what happens if it's king f3 then? Guys, that's the first method. But what if it is king f3 then for queen g1 check? Is that still checkmate? Oh, yes, it is. By the way, I was asking about f3. Even with the f3 thing, this is still checkmate. So, well done. First position is out of the way. Next, please. It's black to play again. So 1 out of 1. And be honest if you got it. Rayan surely got it. Some people said queen f2 check. That's wrong. Queen g1 check. So Jay, you can honestly give it wrong. Jay can give it wrong. Queen f2 check. Those who said queen f2 check is wrong. Okay. Queen g1 check it was. Queen g4 checkmate follows. Whether king goes to h3 or f3, that did not matter then. All right. Next one, please. So, do we want to start with the rook check or the queen check? We're getting the piece anyway. Interesting. What are we going to do here? Rook check is better. Or the queen check is better. What would you like and why? Queen g7 check, fork. We are getting the knight anyway, aren't we? We are getting the knight anyway. By the way, if we do that, people are missing out on this important detail, which is knight blocking the check. Nobody counts those things. Very sad. Very, very sad. Nobody even paid any attention to that. So it was very, very bad. Queen g1, king h2, all is wrong. So Nami surely is getting it wrong. Nami sure getting it wrong, I think, this time. Because you are also suggesting queen g7 and then king h2, queen g2 checkmate. That's not so simple. The knight can block it, right? What about knight blocking it? Then we just take it with the pawn, but then why not with the rook? Guys, that's the point. Why not with the rook? So Hitesh says something else. Says rook g8 check, knight g4, rook takes, queen takes, and f takes g4. The main difference that I want to know from you is what's the difference between that rook check and the queen check? We are getting the knight anyway. Even now we are getting the knight, aren't we? Even now we are getting the knight. The question is, and there is queen c6 check. That's the only thing about it. So people are really divided now here. Rook g8 and queen g7 check. What's up? By the way, after queen g7 check, if the king goes to h2, then there is queen g2 checkmate, no doubt about it. What's the difference? The difference is the rook check, what happens? There's no mate here. The queen check, there is mate here. That is the main fundamental difference. Guys, I think the difference is what is spotted, right? If we give the rook check, the rook doesn't mate on g2. If the queen goes on g2, there is checkmate on g2. I think that's the point to be noted. I think everybody will now make a note of this point. That if it's rook check and then the king moves, there's no mate on g2. But if the queen gives the check and the king moves, then that's mate on g2. That is the difference. Now, how many people? Let me draw the arrows. So we'll divide people into two camps. So the red camp and the blue camp. So if the rook check, knight g4, then pawn takes. Yeah, but then we lose the bishop. Yeah, agreed. So some people still stick to the green camp. Still sticking to it. Okay. Go green. And I think the green is right. Now here the difference between that last one and this one is, although rook g2 is not checkmate, queen takes knight suddenly is a new option that has opened up. I like that. Yeah, totally. I like that. So now this comes to the check. If we give this rook check now, there is king here, and then I'm afraid I don't see any proper continuation. So let's take this. The computer still wants us to keep playing, so I'm going to say this check is just, a myth because of the pin. Yeah. I think now this check will work wonders because after pawn takes, this queen takes. And if the king goes, what happens? Guys, that's why you need to think about it, okay? The bishop is pinned. That's why I said it's a big meat. So rook check. What happens if king h2? Then I think it's pretty simple. I think then rook moves somewhere will deliver the checkmate. Check. Oh, he stopped there. I would have loved to calculate a little further. I would have loved to. Now, there is this double check. Love that. The power of the double check. And the power of the double check is that the king has to move. Whichever way the king would have moved. Guys, really interesting position. Okay. Now, this is not about winning the queen. Okay. Very, very important. Power of double check. And Jai thought for a moment that the rook is free, but the rook is not free. Point to be noted. Okay, I think this one is easy. It's black to play. We'll take this. We have to, right? Otherwise, will just be some exchange down. We have to take this, right? I mean, there's no doubt about that. And now I think we'll give this check and, keep the pawn. How about that? I think we have to keep the pawn. Or maybe this is even better. Oh, let's now divide them again into camps, red and green. Which way would you like? Which way would you like the particular pawn saving thing? Yeah, both the positions were very interesting. Jay is saying green. Jay is yet to open the account today. Jay is really struggling today. Jay, and now you've said green. I've highlighted your message on the screen. So Jay thinks that green is the best way to save the pawn. Okay. However, people are supporting him. Dishen says green. Aryan Bangre says green. Sagar says green. Now here I want to talk about something. What happens is, if you are left without the pawn, understand this. If you are left now without the pawn, you would only have the king and the bishop. Okay? So where it's important to understand in such positions that if you are left with the king and the bishop, if you are left with the king and the bishop, it's insufficient mating material, guys. Insufficient mating material. So those who are saying green actually are wrong here. Why is green wrong? I'll tell you why. Well, in case he gets his pawns exchanged, in case he gets this pawn, because white has two pawns. If he gets the pawns exchanged, then we will, even if we are a piece up, king and bishop will not be able to force a checkmate. Yes, he cannot push g3 right away. Agreed with that. Even agreed with that. But then he can always go king g4 first and then play g3. I'm saying it again. Let me use the blue arrow for that. All I am saying is he can always. Whoa. Okay. He can always use. Can I get the chrome colors? No, I can't get the chrome colors today. Okay, sorry. He can always do this. With the help of the king, he can push the pawn. So I guess, oh, Harry is here, Anish Naik is here, welcome. So insufficient mating material, it's very important, guys, you understand that. So even if you get the pawns exchanged, not for free, you will be left only with the king and the bishop. And I'm afraid that's not sufficient. Very, very important. So let's consider the red arrow. Why is red arrow better? If you play the red arrow, the point is, then black will have no option even of getting that important pawn exchanged, and the white pawns will have no moves. Therefore, we can then shoulder the white king and then probably gobble up the pawns and then go for a win. So very, very important thing to remember. We want to not, use the green arrow. So probably some people are going to stick to the zero score. Most of you, and be honest about it. Very, very honest about it. Okay. So I think red is the way to go. Red is the way to go. So Jay, honestly, 0 out of 3. And oh, Suvra Das, thank you so much. Red is the way to go. Some people are stuck with 0. Jay, how come you are at 1? I don't think you are at 1. How come you are at 1? Weren't you at 0? You got the second position right? How come? What did I miss? White to play next one. There is this healthy looking move. Pawn push is an option. Rook supporting the pawn is an option. Interesting. All interesting. Okay, but I think now we have to, let me give you 2 arrows. So pawn push, let's say green, and the rook. No, not the rook. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me give you 2. And also let me give you the king. Fine. 1 out of 1 for people who joined in late. Arya Mahakal is at 3 out of 3. Dishan is at 3 out of 3. Dishan, I don't believe that. Dishan, I don't believe that your score is 3 out of 3. Very, very important. There are so many different calculations. Even for the second one, there were a lot of calculations. And Jay, why I doubt that is you said the rook is free. Remember that? I'll see that in the chat. Then you retracted that message. You thought the rook was free. So I think you are at 0. Hey, Hari is saying king c5. Blue arrow. Okay. Now the first position was with the queen g1 confusion, right? Jay? Okay, king c5. Most people think that it's king c5. King c5, rook d8, rook e2 check. Then we can slowly push our pawn. That's what people say. Rook d2, Aryan with a different view. Aryan says rook d2 is better. Let's do that. Mind you, black has got pawn majority. So black definitely has got some pawn majority. He will force probably the issues on the king side if we are not careful. And by the way, if you play the blue arrow, those who say blue arrow, let me ask you a simple question. What about this check? After the blue arrow, you give that check, you lose the pawn. What do? Then you sit there and cry? Rayan spotted that out, and even I am asking you this question. So all those who are saying blue, yeah, team blue, if you go for blue, then the rook gives a check, the king is put away, and then black king wins the pawn. Simple as that. Those who are saying blue, look at the chrome arrow. Huh? So rook h5, rook h5, rook takes h5, you mean? Rook takes h5, rook takes h5, right? How can that be right, Hari? Rook takes h5, rook takes h5. The pawn is pushed, rook goes back. Oh no, I don't agree with that. Red one, probably not. So guys, are you saying red one? Rook h5. Rook h5, then there is rook takes h5. Then you push the pawn, there's again rook h8. So how does that matter? So they are saying that rook c8, king b5, and we win. We win the pawn. What we win the pawn? Red, green, People sticking to blue. I don't know why people say blue. I mean, I have absolutely no idea about why they're thinking blue. You typing it 4 times doesn't change it. It still says go green because then it says d7, king e6, rook takes h5. We can give that. Okay, really? Really? So d7, guys, consider Itesh's line d7, king e6. But then what if d7, Itesh, you need to type it, right? What if after d7 there is immediately rook d8? Have you typed that? What happens if rook d8? Have you thought of that? But I think the green arrow is the more direct approach, right? Final minute. And now Aryan says green won't work because rook d2. Why won't green work? d7, rook d8, rook d2, king h6. King h6 or e6? King, I think he means king e6. And then we lose the pawn. Yeah. The king and the rook are closer. There's no doubt about that. They are closer. No doubt about it. So, Hitesh, do you want to change? Last minute for everybody, guys. Last minute for everybody. Just type in what camp you belong. The Chrome is not the camp. So, I'm going to cancel that. Ooh, what happened there? Okay. So, what's it? Green. Okay. For Dishen, it's green. For Aryan, it's red. And by the way, please remember the support for blue as well. Please be honest with your score. Please be honest with your Jay. What's your final answer? Final answer. What camp? What camp do you belong to? It says green. Sagar says red. Sagar, don't type it twice. Got it. It's fun. Which way is the best way to win it? Mind you, I've said one thing to consider is black pawn majority on the king side. Final answer green. Why is Hari coming up with the king c7? Ant-Man hasn't given us, right? Given. I have not given the Chrome as an option here. So people are supporting king c5 because we can gobble up the A file pawn. But still, come on. Well, red for victory. This is something so interesting. When you get such interesting positions, I don't mind spending time as long as you're learning something. So I want you to be sure about it. Hat trick has been completed so far. This is the 4th position. We are considering the pros and cons of every position. I mean, if you play the blue one, we looked at rook c8 check. People are happy that we get the a pawn. But what about the queen side pawn majority? Okay. If we play the red arrow, well, that's very passive because then maybe there is always this rook move, maybe. If you play the green arrow, again, the thing is that the rook, the opponent's rook and the king approach the pawn faster. Isn't it like that? Yes. So I am ruling out the green arrow, right? I'm ruling out the green arrow, guys. Can I rule out the green arrow? Yeah. I think I'm ruling out the green arrow option. So let's cancel that. Now the question is whether you want to go with the red or with the blue. I don't want the green arrow there. At least I am not going to play that. So Itesh, hold on to the answer. I mean, I'm not going to play green. But if that turns out to be the right answer, well, bravo. Brilliant. Now people say blue. Jay says red is final, red is final, red is final. Always red for glory. What do you mean by always red for glory? Guys, I'm going to play red and let's hope that, oh, that's wrong. That's also wrong. And guess who wins? Guess who wins? Everybody will give it wrong except Itesh, and we will know why. Okay? Now let's see the follow-up move. We don't want to give the pawn right away. Or do we want to give the pawn right away? First, we want to take this pawn, give the check. Then win the second pawn in the process. Oh, the computer stopped there. I thought he'll ask the continuation. Only Itesh gives this correct. Nobody dare even give it right. Nobody. Only Itesh. Congratulations, Itesh. Okay? Yeah, no. Rayansh, okay if you said blue, I mean, but Itesh was a staunch supporter of green. And Rayansh, you're wrong. Blue is wrong. Green was right. Green was right. Okay? Green was right, not blue. So Hitesh, if you remember what I said, keep the answer. I told you, man, keep the answer. What? Hitesh didn't even calculate that line. No, he didn't calculate that line, but he did select green because he thought that we were winning pawns. I will give him that credit. And today, Jay is struggling with his score. There's no doubt about it. Now, I think we better increase the speed a little bit here. I think this is check. The king takes it. The queen check. And I'm going to proceed with this. Okay, next position, please. Otherwise, we will be so slow. Oh, no. You know, mind-blowingly slow. We don't want that. I think rook takes the pawn. The knight is pinned. We have this check, but knight takes it. And the knight will be attacked twice. Is it not? I think so. But I think we also have this fork, which looks good enough here. So I'm going to do that. And then probably take it with the pawn, not with the queen. Okay. For the next one, I think we can go for this check first. Then looks like there could be a pawn promotion idea. Maybe we can take the rook first. Hey, hang on. We can probably, if we take the rook, we're losing the queen first. How about this beautiful check? The king takes. There is this queen checkmate. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that's nice. Guys, I just want to show you the speed with which we actually can go. Now you realize the difference between doing it slow and then learning, even if you get it wrong. Guys, I hope, sincerely I hope, that you are actually getting what I'm trying to teach you here. This is the kind of speed that we actually, we could do. It's very important, okay? And now, which way do we want to go? This way or that way? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to go ahead with this? Yeah, we want to do this. And then we want to go here. Then if the king goes, we want to go here. And if you are wondering what would have happened had he captured the pawns. So if we, after we played this, if he had taken this, well, I think we are just running away with the show here. That's what would have happened. And in the other scenario, if you would have taken this pawn, then this pawn is just winning to glory. Okay, that's it. Next one. Now for this one, I think it's very simple with this. Check at the start. And I think then this move is forced. And then I hope that we will have a checkmate with this, and this. No? Or maybe you start with this. And then the king goes here. Mind you, oh, this is the position we'll spend some time. Let's spend some time for this position, guys. So this is yet another position where there could be variations, and I want you to think. Okay, first this one, second this one. These are the options. Which way you want to start? And do not ever even for a second forget that our opponent has got two queens. Our opponent has got two queens on the board, so there is no chance that we can afford to play something loose, because our opponent will just simply finish the game in a jiffy. So which arrow does click and why? Itesh, Please don't tell me now you need a third arrow so that you can be different from the crowd and get one more in bonus. And Jay, this is the time for you to win back some pride. Play for pride. Come on. Hitesh is reacting. Hey, hey. So green arrow for Jay. Green arrow says it's a forced checkmate. Bishop g5 check. King f5. g4 check. King e4. Bishop f3 check. King e3. f5 checkmate with a pawn push. Is there anybody with any other answer? Jay has thought this through and Jay thinks it's checkmate. If Jay everything is forced, let me know. Well, Grant Utekar says red arrow is better because bishop g7 check, king f5. And then there is g4 check, king e4, bishop f3 is checkmate. No, then there is king e3. You missed that. I think Grant Utekar has missed that. Grant Utekar, you have missed that. Bishop f3 is not mate. Radesh probably has joined late, right? Radesh, you've joined late? I think you've joined late. I mean. Jay! Special praise for Jay. Special praises for Jay in this one. Senior did show in this position why he's a senior. Huh? That's a checkmate there. Okay, let's do this one. Now for this one, what we can do is go ahead with this. Force move is this. We get the rook. Okay, next position. For this one, we have the option of giving a check with the sacrifice of the rook. We can sacrifice the queen if you wish. But if you want no sacrifice, then we can start off with this check. Okay, green arrow. Then chrome arrow. Then the red arrow. Okay, would you like to choose anyone? Again, a position where we think. We've reached 10 positions. The target was 50. Chrome is the worst here. Ant-Man says, sir, come on. Chrome doesn't even make sense. Okay. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. So do you have something for us then? Yeah. I mean, if it's not making sense, do you have something for us? Red is also worse. Okay, so that means that you agree only with the green arrow. Hey, none of these. Okay, let me remind the viewers and my students. None of these is also an option. Don't just say that because chrome and red are not good, we have to go with green. No, none of these is an answer. I have not given you the blue color. And if you think that green is right, well then come up with a line. Because what I can see is queen d6 check, king g8. Then how do you continue from there? Yes, we waste a move and we will be checkmated. Queen b1, that's right. Our opponent has the queen and the rook battery on the b file. Agreed. Totally agreed. So, what's it then? We cannot afford any loose move again because queen b1 is checkmate. Line, queen d6 check, king h8, queen d8, rook takes, queen, what? Queen check, rook takes, and then we take the queen, okay. And then we become a piece up. Correct answer. Green is the right answer there. Oh no! Why is the green not the right answer? Guys, what's the point doing the attraction tactic there? So now you have to be honest, okay? Now you have to be honest. Very honest. Wasn't none of these the right answer? Shouldn't have I given you this? Because that was the only piece that was spinning. And please be honest. Please be honest. And then type your score. The ladder under attraction. We wanted this attraction. We did that tactic earlier. Come on, guys. Be honest with your score. Don't lie about your score. That's not fair. Come on now. Okay, so which way do we want to go here? You want to go this way or that way? You want to go this way. He has a pawn majority, by the way. Very important decision to make. This This or none of these. Love that. Options to choose and why. Options to choose and why. I would love this. I mean, all the position. I'm happy that today we have got such lovely positions. Green is the worst, says Namish. Green is like the worst. Okay. H4? What? No. Blue is also worse. Okay. So is that why red is better? Jay, what are you talking about? I don't know what even Jay is talking about. Jay, H4 is not even an option, right? Oh, H4 is none of these options. Yeah. H4 is none of these options. Yeah. It's none of these options. Yeah. So Jay is going for none of these. Um, Pooja ma'am is going with blue color. Dishen says none of these. Guys, final minute. Okay, let's not spend a lot of time. Come on. So finally, just tell me. Just type the camp. Green camp, red camp, blue camp, or none of these. None of these for Shreyan. Guys, just type the color. That's it. When I ask, when there is a final minute, don't type the line. None of these for Ant-Man. Red says Arya Mahakal. Jai says none of these. Aryan says none of these. Namish says red. And I'm going to surprise you with the answer probably. The green. And why is that? I'll show you why that is. I'm going to play that one more. And everybody forgot that we can just munch up the pawns here. Nobody is paying any attention to that. Nobody is paying any attention to that. Okay? Very bad that is. Very bad that is. Nobody paid any attention to that. Why can't we just munch up all the pawns? Now, when the queen goes there, you don't have to do anything there. Start shouldering the king, and then you'll win. Nobody, nobody, okay? Green, green guys, green was the move. And why was that? It's because you give the pawn, make the king go away, attraction again, and munch up all the pawns. And the white king will first have to win our pawn. Then his pawn can march to glory, while our pawn has no obstruction. Okay? Very, very important. I'm really happy with the positions we are getting. But then don't we have to increase the speed a little bit here? Check here. We're winning this because it's a discovered check. Please be honest. Sometimes, guys, I'll play with some speed because we don't want to fall, that far behind. So this is probably the move. And then I think this is just checkmate. Bishop checkmate, knight checkmate. No, we want this square covered. So maybe this is better. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. But why that? This one is there. I should take care that with speed I don't mess the position. We want this check. Then we want this bishop taken. What do we want to do now? Oh, this will be nice to ask you. Knight check. The pawn has to take because if the queen takes, then bishop takes. Yeah, I like that. I'll show you what happened there. If the pawn takes, I think then there is rook check. And if pawn takes, then there is queen checkmate. Guys, be honest if you saw all of this. This is so important, guys. Observe the variations I'm showing you. That's why computer took with a queen. Also, after this, I mean, this doesn't help. No, it doesn't. Reason, I think we are winning a piece this way. Now again, the bishop cannot block it because of the pin. So this way we go. I think if whatever, whichever. Even if the queen blocks it, there's this check. Yeah, we pin the queen. Look at the number of variations that there are, guys. And if the king moves, and I'm afraid we're just going to win this. We have this check. Checkmate. Okay, brilliant. Next one, please. Check. No. If we give this check, this king here. Yeah. Check, check, check. Oh, this one we can spend some time on. Yeah, sure. More than 49 plus variations. Aryan, do your job. Arya Mahakal reminding him that you should tell sir how many positions we are done with. Guys, if we take this, what happens? Nothing happens, right? We lose the support of the rook. So more direct approach. More direct approach. No, 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 no. I think I messed it up here. Yeah, then the pawn goes, okay? Let me do that position again, mouse click. Okay. This one. Queen sacrifice. No, bishop takes. Oh, queen sacrifice, bishop takes. End of story. My goodness. End of story. Careful there. Guys, for this one, Arya is at 15 out of 16. Really? Really? Be honest with your score. Yeah, very honest with your score. Okay, if you say bishop at 7 check, there is knight takes. What are you going to do then? Guys, remember there's a pawn here. The bishop is not looking at g7. More importantly, the pawn is attacking the bishop. What lovely positions. What lovely positions are these? Oh my goodness. Loving them. So I think we can play this. Threatening mate. What is he going to do to that? This. Okay. More simple. Now for this one, we can go for the check. The queen blocks it. The rook check. And if the queen checks, the king moves. Then the rook check. Or do we start with the rook check? So green, red, or none of these. I'm just going to give you 2 arrows this time. Just 2 arrows, guys, for this one. Jai says red. Dished says red. Okay. Everybody's saying red. Let's go with red. Check. I told you this idea. Oh, wait. No, man. Why are you doing that? Oh, taking the knight. Okay. Taking the knight. It's calculated that variation, but the computer wants it to play even further until the queen takes knight. Now for this one, isn't this lovely? No. I think this is lovelier because then there is mate, right? But the knight is. So can we just take the knight? But then rook takes. Okay, guys. Green, red, blue. None of these. Green, red, blue. None of these. What are the options? Green, red, blue. None of these for this position. Green, red, blue. None of these. For this one. Green, red, blue, none of these. What's up? Remember, the bishop is on g7. So, Aryan says blue. Jay says green. Love that. Mind if you play green, we are also losing our queen. Did somebody tell you that? Did somebody tell you? A lot of people for green. Guys, what if we take the knight? Come on now. Why can't we take the knight and become a piece up? Guys, why can't we play the blue? Jay is now changing to blue. Jay, is that fair? Jay, is that fair, I ask? Be honest with this. Blue color was the answer. Be honest with this. The next one is white to play. Guys, you have to be honest. Otherwise, there's no point, okay? You have to be honest here. So, you have to be honest, please. I mean, come on. But then don't change. Okay, so if you start with this check, green one, blue one, or the red one, what's the one you want to start with? None of these is again an answer. Hitesh is honest, said I didn't answer that at all. So green one. Okay, Ant-Man is saying green is good here. Jay is saying green is good here. You have to tell me why you're saying what you're saying. Okay, come on. Why? Why are so many people in favor of green? And then red. Green and then red. Yeah, green and then red and then mate. With the knight, smothered mate. Well, hold on. What if I do this right now? Then is there a mate? No, the king escapes. Also, answer me then. If I do the red one now, then the rook takes, right? Has anybody taken that into account yet? No, sir. Nobody. Guys, be honest here. What do you want to do now? Yeah, green is fine. Got the answer for that already. Now tell me. Knight check now. But if I give the knight check, then this king escaping there. What do you do to that? What do you do to that? Knight check. The king escapes. And now what? Take it one move at a time. And now what? Go on, go on. Now what? So now queen takes g7. You don't want to take the knight, of course, as rook. So queen takes pawn. The rook check. Oh, there's bishop check. Let me change colors. Again, green, blue, red. If you thought chess was easy. Oh, sure. King e7, rook e1, king d7, bishop h3 check. Okay. So check by the rook. Not the move. Not the move. So those who said rook check, they are absolutely wrong. Those who are saying this check, absolutely right. And I showed you that as one of the arrows. But you did not pay attention to that. You did not pay attention to that. Now this one, now continue this. Now this one, and now what? It's not over yet, is it? No, it's not over. How much more does the computer want us to play? Keep playing forever? For how many moves more do we just keep playing? Oh, this check is better. Seems like this check is better. Yeah, this check is better. Yeah, that check is better. Then you have it here. Rook check. If the king goes anywhere on this file, is rook check and the queen is a goner. Something like that. I don't know. There's a lot many things, but of course we got that right. Next position, please. The black queen, opponent's queen is already in our territory. Doesn't look good. Does not look good. So we cannot afford this kind of check to us. So what can we do here? Okay, let me give you some arrows. None of these will remain an option. Guys, none of these will remain a big time option. I'm telling you that. Yeah, none of these. Yeah. That's the fourth option. Guys, by the way, before I forget, tomorrow demo game. I play demo games tomorrow. That's tomorrow. So 10 plus 5, 10 plus 5. And again, if the games are over pretty soon, go for 5 plus 3 like the last time. And let's hope that tomorrow we don't have a troller with A3. The first game. Oh, yeah. Lot of people for red for this one. Lot of people saying red. Okay. And then they haven't probably not calculated what happens after king d8. Guys, those who are saying red, what happens after king d8? Have you calculated that? No, you didn't calculate that. What's up, guys? Got to take that into account. Have you calculated that? They are saying it's just a fork. That's it. Knight takes 8. Okay. So most people are saying red. Make your final call, please. Aryan has changed it. Aryan is saying blue is better. So please type the camp now. I'll make the move now in a minute. Blue, green, red. Just type the color. Just type the color. Jay is saying blue. Ant-Man is saying red. Arya is with the blue camp. Itesh is red. Dishan is saying red. Okay. At the moment, red and blue. Red and blue. Nobody is saying green. Nobody. Not a single person is saying green. Surprising. Nobody is saying that. Okay, let's go for blue. And later on, we have now the knight move. So what are we going to do now? Are we going to take the rook and give the check? Yes, sir. By the way, if you're wondering why that's the best move, is because we were threatening rook takes checkmate because the knight had this covered. So he had to eliminate that. Then we give this and we will still win pretty nicely. This check doesn't worry us because of this, I think. Is that so? Yeah, we're escaping. There's no mate here because of the knight. Anyway, you got that right, sir. Be honest. Jay saying, why did I change? Jay, if you ever were thinking, okay, positions, tactical positions, easy. Here we are, getting some good and, in fact, lovely positions today. Huh. I must say, awesome positions. Now, white to play here looks like, what can we do here? Is there anything that we can do at all? It looks like that, is it not? One of those positions where you really wonder and probably scratch your head like, what is happening here? Guys, for this one, yeah, today most of you are above, below 80%. Okay, most of you are below 80%. Let me finish this one first. It's a knight check, and then we give this check. It's a fork. I told you it was a fork. Let's increase the speed a little bit. We don't want to go that low on speed. Now, if we give this, it's not a check. We don't want to tolerate any of that nonsense. So, how about doing this? Yeah, that will take care of everything, I believe. And the queen will be pinned. No. But still, they like the check. They like the check. By the way, let's go back to that position. If I do this, why is that wrong? Why is that wrong? Nobody's going to tell me why that is wrong. With this, we are getting a free piece. That's why they said that it's wrong. But that's an exchange, right? Oh, the knight is pinned. That's why. Okay, okay. I'll take that. So was it like fifth one wrong for me? Maybe fourth? Fifth one wrong. Okay. Wow, got to be above 40 for 80% out of 50. Let's increase the speed. We are really low on speed today. We have to confess. We must confess rather. Okay, the checkmate is threatened. The rook is stopping that. Well done. Can we take here? And by the way, if you are wondering why are we getting tough positions, let me ask you a simple question. Let's see how much your attention level is. Guys, as a coach, I want to see how much your attention level is. How many of you know why we are getting tough positions today? Answer by Namish. First answer by Namish. Now, Namish Dhake, I am impressed. You are the first one probably to say this. And be very honest, I swear, be very honest. How many people realized that that's because I was logged into my ID and my rating is way high. That's why you have this not as anonymous, but because sir is logged in. Now Itesh is saying, oh, be honest, guys. Be very honest if you realized that. That was the only reason we were getting tough positions, because you're playing at my level, and that's why I'm able to successfully confuse you and maybe confusing myself in the process, because even at my rating I got 4 wrong. So that is it. OMGB, this is big OMGB moment. Big OMGB moment. Oh, I knew that. Nobody said that, because people said we were below 80%. People are saying we are getting tough positions. Nobody pointed that out. Be honest about it. Okay, this is the next position. And probably after this, we will go for a quick game. Since I'm logged in anyway, we'll play a 5+3. Let's do this quickly. Take this position for homework. I'll start 5+3 game. Because, guys, we have 8 minutes to stop. Come on, guys. It'll be fun. Let me know if you agree with that. Screenshot time, Jay. Screenshot time. Let me know when that is done. And I think we can start with 3+2. That is why we got it replaced by numbers, because I was logged in. Guys, let me know. Jay, if you're done with the screenshot, please let me know. This is your homework position, guys. Homework position. Okay, Namish has made or created Ganesh idol himself. Brilliant. Okay, he says it's done. Time for a game. And since we have only 7 minutes, 7 minutes, guys, let's go for a 3+2 game. Let's hope we get a Danish. Go for it. Go for. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's the Danish. Oh, yes. It's the Danish. Oh, no. But this time it's different Danish. Guys, it's a different Danish. Oh, why is it that way? Nah, why is it that way? No, why is it that way? We have to support it twice now. No, come on. Come on now. Why is it that way? By the way, our opponent is super strongly rated. It'll be fun to play with him. Always fun to play with a super strongly rated player, right? Always, I'm saying. Fun. Okay, blundered a piece there. Bravo. Resignation? No, I did not. Okay. Now, wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. All right, then. All righty-o. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, he realized, huh? He realized that. He realized that otherwise there was this move here. Okay, okay. Let's chase. Let's wait for him to castle, shall we? Because, guys, I have this plan in my mind. Because we can then probably get his knight. If he castles right now, that is. Right now, I'm saying. Can we do that? Can we play the bishop move first up itself? So many things to do. So many things to do. Let's do this. Let's wait for him to castle. Let's wait for him to castle. Our opponent is strongly rated, by the way. Make no mistake. Highly, right? Highly, I should say. Oh, why? Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something? No. First, I think we'll push F4. Talking of initiative and tempo, we'll do that. Oh, I should have played bishop first. Pinning the knight and then F4. Could have worked. Could have worked. Guys, it's 3+2 game. There's no time to think. Absolutely no way, sir. Right? No chance, right? Let's do this. I'm in a big mood to do this. Then probably go here, bishop g2. I want to do, all I want to do is attack. And attack quickly because we don't have time. Have you noticed that we are a little better in development? Have you noticed that, guys? I mean, I hope you have. No, you haven't? You have? Let me know. A little better in development, I should say. Oh, he went there. I'm not sure about that move though. Why did he do that? Because I want now to play this. If he goes back, I go with a pawn. Guys, it's not the rapid, okay? Oh, he did that. Oh, okay. Back rank checkmate trap? How smart was he? Back rank checkmate. If I take back rank. Oh no, he's going back. He's going back. He's going back. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, he's going back. Okay, okay. He's going back there. So let's just take. And now we can do this probably. Go for all out attack. I'm missing my bishop already. Yeah, I swear. I'm missing my bishop already. Gone into under a minute territory, which is always a very tough territory. Have to exchange that. Have to, I'm saying. No, don't have to exchange that. This move, check probably. No, he didn't do that. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't do that. I am mightily surprised he didn't do that. With the king is better? With the queen is better, okay. I think we should stop pushing the pawns here. Okay. Stop pushing the pawns. Stop pushing the pawns, please. Oh no, he's like, if you do this, I'm doing that. Quick! What to do? What to do? Come back. I'll take. I'll do this. I'll do this. Okay. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. No! We'll do this. Time pressure, time pressure. Time pressure, guys. Time pressure. Time pressure. Time pressure. But it's +2. Guys, it's +2. Should not forget that. Not even for a moment should I forget that. How sad is that? Okay. Oh. But of course, our operand was too good. 2070, guys. 2070. Our operand was too good. How many points did I get? 7 points? I think I got 7 points, guys. I think I got 7 points. Let me hover over my rating. I think I got 7 points. Yeah. Of course, our opponent did play extremely well. It was just when it was under a minute, we blundered. But then at the end, we just played fast and we probably won on time. But nothing to take away even from us. I mean, it was +2. At that stage, he should have been able to finish it. But somehow he struggled on time. But he clearly played better. I mean, he has complete respect. It's 2070. Anyway, tomorrow we are going to play demo games, and demo games are not this fast. So they are slow. This was a good win. But tomorrow we'll play slow. And of course, then every Saturday I keep telling you about playing slowly, playing slowly. Say, even, guys, before I stop, even in a 3+2 game, where 2000 player was playing against 2000 player, and somebody please highlight that in the chat before you stop. Every Saturday I tell you this, we both were under a minute, even in a 3+2 game. You guys don't get under a minute even when playing 15-minute games. So why don't you start using your time? Maybe you'll think better, at least play better chess. Win loss, that's immaterial. Okay, anyway, we'll stop for now. Okay, take care. Bye bye.